I did not see that, okay. Hey, what's up guys? White guy here. I will keep it short as much as I can so I won't waste your time, and I will put time steps so you can skip to any part you want, as this video will be 8 chapters. So I'm sorry if this is a bit longer than usual. And I'm gonna show you how to dodge Malenia's waterfall dance in only 4 easy ways that everyone can do. And I will put every method on each chapter so you can see what is it like. But bear in mind that only 2 of them will be instantly easy to learn. And for the other 2 remaining 2 methods, we'll need some practice. And they are specifically for the new aroun players or players who want to charge themselves. So you know, they can feel that joy and that feeling of dodging one of the best, hardest move ever. Now, as you might already know, my whole channel is based on no hair runs towards one boss only, my favorite boss, Malenia. The perfect, beautiful, amazing, challenging, hardest
heritage
boss I have ever seen on base game Elden Ring. We're not gonna talk about the DLC, okay, so just put that aside. When I first met Malenia, and I still remember the horror she put on me for 2 days straight. It took me 2 days to kill her, and I still remember how she humbled me and how she bullied me. I was so scared to just get closer to her, but after tears and broken controllers, sweat all over the place, punching my little sister for no reason, I have defeated her. But I'm never gonna forget how she humiliated me, which is one of the reasons I bully her every day. So that's the story overall, and as I finally reached 1k subs, thank you so much for that by the way. I'm genuinely happy that I have reached my yearly goal. And so for that, I'm just gonna make a quick 30 seconds announcement. So for my next form of content, which is gonna be starting on January 15th or at the end of it, as I'm still cooking something really fun, and trust me, it's gonna be so much fun. I won't spoil it to you now guys, so you will have to wait for that until you see it yourself. But until then, I will keep uploading my daily new hair runs. As soon my new content releases, I want no more uploading daily, and I will post only 1 video per week or 2 videos per week. A long form video, which is like, you know, between 15 minute to 30 minute, maybe 20 minute, but I'm gonna try my best to not make it that long. Trust me, it's gonna be worth it. And you know me, I don't like long videos, but trust me, it's worth it. And a short video between 5 minutes to 10 minutes. And yeah, that's my announcement. Thank you for sticking with me until this point. I love you. Now to the main part you probably came here for: how to dodge Malenia's waterfall dance, and also some tips and tricks on some of her attacks, as I still see a lot of people struggle with her. Obviously the new players, right? Now there is almost like 14 ways to dodge her special move. I know it sounds crazy that one move has these many different ways to just dodge one attack, including shields, using deflecting tears, spam rolling, or just wait for her attack and straight up leg it, you know. A lot of ways, but I'm here to teach you only 4 main ways I personally like, and you can use it on any build you want. And 2 of them are literally easy to do if you're just struggling with her and you just want to kill her and never look back or fight her again. For the other remaining 2 are a bit hard and easy in the same time, as you need to practice a bit to use them. So let's start with the best and easiest way to do. I will show what is it like, and then I will explain it to you so you can have more understanding. As you saw, this move needs 2 things: running forward and pressing jump, but most importantly is to pay attention. Now, it might sound easier when I'm saying this, but trust me, it's way easier than you think. So, what I need you to do is focus on which, by the way, I think everyone knows this special animation Malenia does when doing her waterfall dance. And even if you don't, I got you. I will show you all the possible ways most people stuck on, like saying she's not gonna do it, and then you do a heavy attack and then she immediately perform her waterfall dance, or sometimes you do a jump attack and while you're in the animation for that, she's already in the air. Don't worry, this method can solve all of these problems. Now, when you do any kind of attack to her and then she's already in the air and you say, oh well, I'm doomed, don't give up. Malenia always takes like 2 seconds or 3 in the air before she launches herself into you. So what I need you to do in these 3 short seconds is to press circle and your analog or the button you use to move forward is use it and then sprint forward even if you're still in the attack animation, and just keep sprinting the second you see her launches herself into you. Just press jump while you're still pressing on sprinting button while you're still moving forward. Yes, it might seem weird and complicated, but trust me, give it a try and try to do it once or twice and you will understand what I mean. I will show you exactly how. Just pay attention to me here and see exactly when I jump forward. And what's good about this method is you can use it close range, mid range or long range. It does not matter. Just one thing it needs you to know is to pay attention to Malenia when she's gonna start launching herself into you. After you see her move to hit you, in that time just jump forward while sprinting in the same time. After that, everything will be a walk in the park. So because the hardest part is only the first wave. After that it becomes much easier, and I will also show you how to dodge the other waves, as there is one simple way I have discovered while fighting her, so you can dodge all of the other waves without getting hit. I will let you see a couple of examples in slow motion so you can do the exact same thing, or just to see how it looks like, and then we're gonna move to the second easiest way, which is it does not take any skill to do. Alright, so if you actually dodge the first wave perfectly, the second wave and the other waves are so easy to dodge. So what you have to do is, after you dodge the first one, the second one, just go to your right direction, dodge to your right direction. After you dodge that, just continue to your right direction, and the second you see her in front of you, just go back. There is nothing to yap about on this. The only thing you need to do is to craft yourself some freezing pots and add them to your inventory. Yep, that's it. So for this method, you will just throw a simple pot to Malenia when she does her waterfall dance, and yeah, literally one throw and you can say bye bye to that annoying move you hate. But bear in mind that it's not gonna work always if you're using a frost build. Don't you worry, it's gonna work every time. You just need to avoid using a frost weapon or anything related, like frost builds weapons or items or skills, as frost is the easy stat effects to proc on Malenia, and if it procs and she does her waterfall dance, the freezing pot will not work, as the main thing about this method is that frost build up that the pot procs on a single hit when you throw it on Malenia. Here is some examples for that. Obviously, I don't need to explain it to you how to do it, as you simply fight Malenia until you see her on the air about to cook you. You just, bunk her with a freezing pot. That's it. Now, for what I call the easiest and the hardest method, the circling method while locked on. This one needs a bit of practice, as there is 2 ways to do this. The hard way with no lock on, which is the 4th method, and I will get to that later, or the easy way with lock on, which I'm gonna explain. Most people use this way to no-hit Malenia, and for it to work you will need to always be close to Malenia. If you're not, just use the running jumping method I showed before, which I highly recommend. But for this one, you need to be as close as you can to Malenia, and by that I mean to be close to her before she's going to the air. And why is that, you ask? And how I will know when she's gonna do it? Well, Malenia has always this timing of her doing the move, which is almost once or twice in her first phase doing the waterfall dance. The first part which we'll always do is when she's at 65% of her HP, or sometimes at 50%. And of course it depends on how much damage you did to her, and an advice from me is the longer you take fighting her in her first phase, the more randomly she will do her waterfall dance. And also, the closer you are and the aggressive you are, the more she won't likely ever do her waterfall dance. But do not take it serious, as sometimes it works, sometimes not. Her AI is way complicated. There will be tips and tricks part where I explain some of her moves and how to read her moves. So, when you're closer to her, the moment she's in the air, only one button you will need to press is to move your analog straight forward and left in the same time. So it's like moving forward but slightly on the left. After that, you will see Malenia trying to lock onto you, but she can't due to how you circle around her. And then you're gonna press circle, which is the dodge button, on the same time you see her move to start her first wave. So that means while moving forward towards the left, like I said, you will dodge in the same direction as your analog. So that means you will always pressing that analog and never change the direction until you fully dodge the first wave. I will say again, press your analog or your moving forward button and moving to the left just a little bit, and you will start circling around her. The moment you see her move and about to attack, just spam that dodge button. Like spam it when you see your character roll once, just keep pressing dodge button. If you do it right, you will only need to dodge once, but take my advice, just roll twice just to be safe, so you won't get caught into those enemy type slashes. And now I will show you some examples on how I dodge it on slow motion, so you can get a better idea from what I'm saying. Now, moving to what I call the hardest kind of perfect timing method that we no doubt will take time to learn. And if you ask me, most people who use it are those who love challenging themselves and putting hours and hours to fight a boss. Those who actually love to learn new stuff. So if you're one of those, then this is for you. Now, this method is exactly the same as the one mentioned before, but with no lock on. Now I will show you an example for it so you kind of get the idea of it. How is it like? As you saw, for this method you will always be close to Malenia, like the same as before, and focus on the animation where she jumps up in the air. In that time, release the lock on and put the camera position on her, which is, you know, the hardest part for most people to do, and then circle around her at 360 and until you see her exactly about to start releasing her slashes, and then dodge twice to avoid the first wave. It's much harder when you're actually trying it, but with enough practice you will eventually master it. Now here is some tips on how to learn fast. So, before she actually start launching her attacks, try to pay attention to her feet. Yeah, it sounds hella weird, I know, but I swear, trust me on this. They need to be in the opposite of you and then dodge. Most people will just panic and roll, which is normal. I have died many times. on the same mistakes, but we all learn. And also, if you already noticed, there is like a wall kind of thing or something under Malenia. When she jumps up, you can go through it or touch it. The wall, okay, not something else. So if you know exactly what I mean, if you try to circle around her, sometimes you might get stuck on that wall and eventually die. But if you keep some distance around it, you can circle without, with no problems. And as I said, this will need a lot of practice, as this is like the hardest move ever, and it took really a lot of time for me as well to like master it. Now, to end this, I will show you all the methods combined together so you can have a better look on how to do it. And yeah, that will be it for the waterfall dance. And there you go, guys. Hope I helped someone, or at least did something useful, as I was yapping a lot, and I just want to explain it, in more detail so everyone gets the information. If you have any questions, please ask me. I will be very happy to answer you. And yeah, hope you like this video, and I will see you later.